I'm such a Jew.
You are Morning Jew. This is Heather Gold with Morning Jew and
Rachel Sklar.
also known as Lady Juga.
I'm not really known by it, but to a
Jeffrey
certain
Goldberg on The Atlantic just posted your performance, so now you're
what?
known.
Okay,
Yes,
that I didn't actually know.
you're the person who's in charge of covering all media for
I
the
can't.
internet, and I'm tell you you need Morning Jew as breaking news. We're breaking news, people.
Um, that's hilarious, and
You're the top item on Jeffrey
so
Goldberg's.
that it's impossible to cover all media now because everything is media.
Yeah,
Everything is media, and now I can't. Okay, that's actually pretty hilarious.
it's true. When you SMS your mistress, it's media
Well, yes, clearly,
or your
and
wife.
I haven't even been able to cover all of that either. You got to prioritize.
So,
Um,
Morning Jew, we hit the headlines. We try to do pretty quick, and we ask, is it good for the Jews?
right.
So, no one is Jewier than Rachel Sklar.
Okay, actually, I think a lot of people are Jewier than Rachel Sklar, but I
Look at
certainly
what
am.
you're wearing.
I know, but that's true, and I have a my little hamsa.
What, see, the fact that you know what that is called is to
I
me.
only learned when I went to Israel. I
But you
used to call it the
pronounced it
hand
correctly.
thing.
You had the ch.
I did. I've grown up with the ch. I call it Hannukah. Even in the Lady Juga song that I sang, I was like Ra Ra Hannukah.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I'm a nerd. I am.
Yeah, well, I think it's good that you did it because it's a little odd that Black Eyed Peas have beat out every other band to put Mazel Tov in their top 40 song.
Um, didn't what's her name? Gwen Stefani did If I Were a Rich
Right.
Man, idle, 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 except not quite like that.
Right. So it's up to the Gentiles to make the Jewness, except as we know here in Morning Jew, almost everyone, by our definition, we can find a way to make you sort of an honorary Jew.
Well, first of all, that was a brilliant segue into the Orrin Hatch song.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah,
Exactly. You're reading my
like
mind.
mind blowing, mind blowing.
So Orrin Hatch, which people may or may not know, is a songwriter. He's an artiste.
Artiste.
There is actually he's Mormon. He's big time Mormon, LDS, Latter Day Saints, and that church, like the Jews, has this big musical theater tradition. I don't know if you know that.
I actually did not know that. I
They're
know that
big
they're
into
like,
performance
wow, really?
and pageantry. Yeah, big time.
I don't remember that from Big Love.
I remember that from my ex girlfriend who grew up Mormon.
Hmm.
So I got a little inside Angels in America kind of walk down Mormon Lane. I'm a little obsessed with the Mormons. So
Wow.
Orrin Hatch likes to write music, and he wrote a Hanukkah song,
Yes, at the suggestion of the aforementioned Jeffrey Goldberg.
which makes
Um,
it so we've got media, we've got Mormons, and we've
and we've
got
got Jews
Jews, and Hanukkah, which is like really to me
and
is
beautiful music.
it's kind of an also ran Jewish holiday, isn't it? I mean, it's sort of we've pumped it up into an American Jewish
It's
holiday.
so funny because people do describe it as a minor holiday, and I mean it is classified as a minor holiday, sort of in the Jewish pantheon. But because it comes at the same time as Christmas, which is the biggie for sort of the rest of the population or a big
Right.
part of the rest of the population, it's become sort of equated. But the thing about Hanukkah is it has a lot going on.
It does.
Like
So
the
so but
menorah is awesome.
it does. So we can talk about we've got a lot of a couple weeks to cover Hanukkah coming up. But Orrin Hatch, let's hit the Orrin
Yeah.
Hatchness of
Want me to
this.
play? I think Jeffrey Goldberg described it as hip hop at the end of the song.
He
He was
does
like, so basically,
the unique thing of he's very unusual to rhyme in a Hanukkah song lights with nights. I've never heard that one before.
I rhymed Maccabee with something.
I enjoyed your Gaga Jew-ness.
Thank you. It was sort of a foolhardy thing to undertake. I came up with the idea, like, basically because I was like, rah, rah, Hanukkah, and then I was like, oh, done. But it's not really done because if you're going to do Lady Gaga, you have to, like, write the song, but you also have to do a dance and
Wear a wig.
dress up. Like, there's no halfway measures of being Lady Gaga. You can't be like, haha, just imagine me blonde and
And you
outlandish.
have to bring 8,000 queer people with you to the performance.
Yeah, I didn't actually. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. The brief using my ass as a billboard for gay rights. Did you like that part?
Of course. I'm all about the tush.
And
All
apparently
about the
I
tush. So for people who know, Rachel is the editor in chief of Mediaite, and she performed with Good for the Jews, something else we have in common. Love Good for the Jews, and did Lady Juga with them, which is of course news. And I think because it was with Good for the Jews, it is by definition good for the Jews. We could just vote your performance good for the Jews. Orrin Hatch though, and his song. What do you
think
think?
that's also good for the Jews. First of all, okay, well let's play it, okay? It's
Okay.
I really like it.
8 days of Hannukah, come let's celebrate.
I have maybe a little controversial take here. I appreciate Orrin Hatch's goodwill. I do not appreciate the Mormon Church baptizing dead Holocaust victims, which they still
Oh
do.
God, okay, that I was
Which I'll be
clearly.
linking to. So there's, the Mormons are like on the
Can you
surface,
give me a
like
little
most.
background on that? Because I don't know anything about that.
Well, the Mormon religion, I'm sure some Mormon people will let us know I'm not getting exactly right, but there's a thing where they're compelled to make everyone Mormon. The same way Jews are compelled to like turn everyone away from Judaism, they're like, we gotta make the world Mormon, including the dead people, so they can all be with you for all eternity in the multiple levels of heaven that they have.
Okay.
And they will baptize everybody. It's why they own a lot of the genealogical records in the country. So they went through rolls for the Yisker rolls and rolls from, and it's been a whole to do. It's been this controversy, and a lot of survivors have, had tried to like get them to stop doing it, but they still do it. I had an argument with somebody on Twitter after Prop 8 happened when I was trying to have the whole intelligent coming to terms with Mormon opposition of it, and he was, a geek, and he was all for science, but he was also couldn't understand why Jews would be offended by this because to him it's just a great thing.
I find it offensive to do that to anybody from any one religion to any other religion.
But
Obviously,
if you're like a fundamentalist, which I don't know, maybe for fundamentalist Jew it's the same thing, and you believe that what you believe is absolutely the right thing for everyone at all time, they can't believe your offense makes sense because their love for their view of the world just supersedes that. Anyway, that was my sense of it. So that's like not to put that all on Orrin Hatch's shoulders, but just
right.
there's this beautiful "Hi, we love the Jews, we're philo-Semitic, and we can't wait for Jesus to come back and turn you all into Christians."
That part was not made explicit in the song.
It's not in the Hannukah song.
It doesn't
Is
rhyme
it?
with lights and nights.
8 days of Hannukah till Jesus comes back and gets rid of your latkes. I don't know.
I love latkes. Just to segue into something that everybody can understand and enjoy.
Okay. Who doesn't love latkes? Let's hit the rest of the headlines. We've been
What else?
enjoying Hatch. We've got Obama's Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes, I know
Good for the
today's the
Jews.
day.
Not good for the Jews.
Good for the Jews. I don't really like. I don't see that as a. I can't find the Jewish angle there. I think.
Peace, tikkun olam, repair the world.
Yeah,
Here's a
okay.
quote. Here's a
Go.
quote. Let it from Obama. Let us reach for the world that ought to be. That spark of the divine that stirs within each of our souls.
Well, here you go. I can maybe segue to Obama here because in Jeffrey Goldberg's post about Orrin Hatch's song, he talked about how he sort of started to get a little tired of that quote Adam Sandlerization of America, how everything has to be so ironic, and he would welcome the chance to wrestle with sort of the more complex themes of Hannukah, fighting against tyranny and fighting religious identity and religious freedom, and
This is
it's
a
sort
long the connection. We're going to do it. So
I'm
how is
making
it,
I'm
Jewy?
making it. And I was thinking about that because it was an uprising, right? It was a violent fight against tyranny, and as they often are in the Bible. And so Obama's going to accept this peace prize, right after
of
that.
righteous violence.
Right, and so it's an interesting paradox, finding peace through war, and it's a age-old one. Yeah, I mean, because when you go back to, you don't think about singing the songs of the Maccabees and any of these holidays where the Ten Commandments, there's a lot of smiting in the Bible, and the Jews,
I always thought smiting was like getting it on.
Yeah, that's not quite right. That's
No.
stripping.
Stripping.
Smiting's a little bit more
Okay.
painful and permanent. So yeah, but I think that those are real themes to wrestle with in the Bible and in Jewish traditions because there is so much. There's obviously an ongoing theme of violence against the Jews and persecution, there's also the theme of uprising and fighting against it, and literally fighting against it. It's not all
Yeah.
Gandhi.
I'm from the Mel Brooks division of Judaism, and
Okay.
I'm not, the only killing I'm for is with the jokes.
Um, in theory, right? But there's,
For me in practice too. I mean,
but it's,
I'm
but,
not,
but it's okay. So, well, I mean, I haven't seen that
we have
movie.
to, but if we're gonna hit the head, yeah, this is becoming a lengthy margin. We'll post a long
Yeah.
one. So it's a tough, I guess, abstract thing to wrestle with. It is ironic. I mean, to me, it
But it's
struck
not
me.
abstract when you're faced with it, like
To me, it struck me as politically. I mean, he's a very political animal, and everything
oh
Obama
God.
did in that speech was basically let me neutralize every media hook that the right wing has. Although I don't know how he's ever going to neutralize it because they're just going to keep going anyway. So
Don't even try.
he didn't meet the king, which is like avoiding the emperor of Japan. Embraced war and righteous war when he went to get a peace prize. He said, "I'm in a hurry to get back and advance America's interests." I mean, to me, it was just like trying to avoid whatever hook he could give his opposition.
I didn't watch the speech, so I can't comment on what he said.
And I guess the Jewy hook about that is, cleverness, if you want to make that Jew.
I don't know about that,
Being
but
media savvy. He's media savvy. His name
Obama
is
said some really
Barack. We've
nice
already
things
made it.
about Mel Brooks at the Kennedy Center,
He
and
did?
it was funny because he quoted Mel Brooks about Jews. So basically, Obama told a Jew joke, even though he's
No
quoting Mel.
way.
Yeah, Obama quoted Mel Brooks in saying that um, God made one out of every 10 Jews crazy, essentially, to entertain the others, and that Mel Brooks knew it by the time he was 5 which one he was. Obama's delivery was obviously better than mine, but nonetheless, I think it had to do with alleviating suffering.
All right. All right. Always there with the Hebrew School essay answer, Rachel Sklar. Okay, so here's another story. There was
Okay.
Charlie Brown Christmas aired on ABC, and they edited the hell out of it to put more ads in it, make it more commercial. And there's this great letter to the editor, or there's no editor, but general letter that's floating around out there from someone Jewish, no less, to complain against this commercialization of this great traditional Christmas thing. Because, I know, and as young Jews surrounded by people who weren't Jewish,
Mm-hmm.
the Charlie Brown Christmas thing is still very like warm and fuzzy. To me, it was like my access to understanding what people meant when they were talking about Christmas. I
That's very
also have
funny.
good
I don't
feelings
think I
about
ever watched it, not for
it. You
any
never
reason.
watched it.
Not for any reason that we shouldn't watch it, but and I don't think I ever because similarly CBS did this thing where they recut scenes from Frosty the Snowman. They called it Frosty Inappropriate Snowman. They put dialogue from Two and a Half Men and from How I Met Your Mother in there, so that Frosty was saying like crass
Raunchy.
things and raunchy things. Yeah, and it's actually
So Frosty's saying things like, "I will
yeah,
wear you out."
yes,
Hey,
that's
babe, could you do me a favor, please? Could you take your name off your phone?
me personally.
No, I'm pretending I'm Frosty, pretending
Oh,
he's Tiger.
okay. Oh, got it. All right. Wow. I thought I had done something technical. To our audience,
Look at my
this
convincing
is the first
performance.
time I'm Skyping on this computer, and I'm like, the last time we tried to do this, I ruined everything with bad tech. So I actually thought
Sorry.
that like maybe there was.
She's doing great. So we're saying Charlie Brown. You never really watched it. Do you
Yeah.
think
But
that?
I didn't watch Frosty either, and I don't know why because it's not like I didn't have access to all sorts of traditions. I don't really know why. I never made
Good
it
for
to
the
my
Jews, bad for
brain.
the Jews that Charlie Brown Christmas is being like shrunk and edited, and a great piece of classic humorous. Also, like some quoted, New Testament scriptures in this show, by the way.
I think it's bad, bad for everybody that that everybody's so eager to cut corners and so eager to find little places to place an ad that content is being sacrificed. I hate when you're watching a movie and like that, like Kira Sedgwick comes up at the bottom with her flashlight to advertise the closer.
Oh
What is that? It's very
God,
distracting.
it's hard enough to see Kira Sedgwick in the movie. I'm just kidding. Isn't she a Jew? Speaking of
I,
Jews,
I don't
she
actually.
seems like my Judar is a little maybe with her. I don't know, but okay. So Fox, you might have seen. Daily Show made fun of it. Fox put up a poll about global warming where the
Right.
numbers are like add up to more than 100, and then Fox defended that as accurate, which is incredible. There's a story in
It was
Politico about this.
120% correct.
Yeah, well, they say they're not real. Their statement was they're supposed to add up. They were just highlighting things from this Rasmussen poll, and they all happened to be on the same page.
Right.
And the very number, which was 35%, was included in the number above, of course, to make it look like most people in America don't believe in global warming. Anyway, so math like this, good or bad for the Jews?
Um, Good for the Jews because it gives Jews an opportunity to
Go on
correct
the
it
television and correct it and make jokes about it.
and show that they're intelligent. How about that?
Are there
I
Jews
think
on Fox besides Mike Wallace's kid? What's his name? Chris Wallace?
Chris Wallace is Jewish.
I'm assuming he's Mike Wallace's son, who's
Didn't
definitely Jewy to me, or was.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't
Not
know.
that I don't know how
I
he
know Geraldo's
identifies.
on Fox, and he's half Jewish, I believe.
Seriously?
Geraldo's Jewish, yeah. He's married to Erica Levy. Well, Erica Rivera now. I went to summer camp with her.
You are like half a degree. Summer camp is like practically related from Geraldo.
Yeah, Erica is fantastic and lovely, and I've seen them a few times. We have at like friends' weddings and stuff like that. They dote on each other. He's a terrific guy.
He's a
Like
terrific
in person,
guy with facial
he's really
hair
very
who
nice.
dotes on his Jewish wife.
He has one heck of a mustache.
So there you have it, people. We did not expect to find this out, but it's breaking news. Geraldo Rivera, good for at least one Jewess.
Yeah, no, Geraldo was good for the Jews. I would strongly put him in that category. I think.
Basically, it's going to be a challenge to find something not good for the Jews. The way
Well,
we're
I
going,
mean,
which is good.
we come at it with a spin and a bias.
We do. It's
And
all
also-
about us.
We also seem to be talking about things that don't actually have to do with Jews, and then we find the spin. But that's okay. That's sort of the point.
Thank you for deconstructing our ridiculous show out loud.
I know you really needed my help there.
I
since you
know.
came up with it.
I forgot what we were doing. Okay, well, we're gonna close Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
Do you even bother?
bad for us. Terrible. Terrible. Bad for the Jews. Rachel, you could tell. You should tell, however you pronounce her name.
But here's how you can make it good for the Jews. Less attention for golf, not the Jewish sport of all time.
That's true, except that honestly, the whole thing is it's just so sad. Honestly, I mean, it's when at the end of the day, it's about a family breaking down. Like that really.
End of the day, don't have kids, dudes. Just don't have them if you want that life. Just don't have the kids.
It's a little bit more complicated than that because most people want what they want when they want it, and then when you get to a place where everybody's job around you is to make sure you get what you want when you want it, it warps. I've experienced that myself in my
And your
palatial
lady
Lower
Juga
East. Yes.
media. Okay, well, thank you for today's insights, Rachel. We're coming from the inside of the Jews running the media world. We're right here. These two not completely great hair days. And what does that thing do? It's the words with the evil eye.
It's good luck.
Chamsa?
Hamsa.
It brings good luck or it wards away bad stuff?
I'm not really sure, but it's really cute. It's a cute necklace, but then it fell off my thing. So
I thought it was
I
like
like
to
it.
ward off the evil eye, like saying Kanena Hora or poo.
I think it probably is. I think it probably is. I will Google it, and I'm sure someone in the comments will let us know. This is why, by the way, I never hold myself out as like Uber Jew because I'm so not.
You've been
I'm
so
learning.
outed. Are you kidding me, Lady Juga?
No, listen. I love learning, and I'm proud of it, and I know a lot more than I used
You
to.
know
That's
a
for
lot
sure.
more than me. That's all that matters to me.
I learned how to say I wanna beep you in Hebrew.
Let's hear it.
Ani rotza taza on ocha.
Did it work?
No, well, it worked in the song. Ani rotza taza on ocha. Baruch Hashem. I don't wanna be friends. Anyhow, because where she speaks French, it's the little things. So I put in Hebrew.
So, see you later.
All right. Catch you later. Thank you for organizing this and for
We'll see you
being
again.
so Jew.
Yeah, let us know, other Jews, if you guys have stories you want us to cover, Jews you want to see here, let us know. Morning Jews with a Z.
Yeah. All right. That's right. A Z because we're Canadian. We call it Z.
Virtual
Woo!
little skin there.